Hi, welcome to my new vlog. A little bit of a different one this time. First of all, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll also be putting a link to the podcast channel as well. Happy New Year to you all. We're 8 days into the new year, and I'm with someone pretty special today, and it's Ruti, the voice winner of 2018.
Hello.
Does that still sound weird?
Yeah, it does. I don't know if I'll ever kind of like truly believe that I actually won The Voice, because it's such a weird process when you're on the show, and it's so different to when you watch it. Like, yeah, you feel so removed from it all. But yeah, it's crazy. Because
not only did you have the show going on last year, but you was doing your exams as well.
I was, yeah.
With your A-levels.
My A-level exams. Yeah.
And how did you manage to fit everything in?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Yeah, I have no clue. I think probably after The Voice, when I went back to college, it was a bit of a stress. I had to revise everything. I'd missed not lots of school, but like a few classes, so I had to catch up on a little bit of coursework and then revise and try and take my mind off the fact that I'd won The Voice.
Was you still studying while you was doing The Voice, or you sort of ended that on? No,
I was still studying during. Luckily, I didn't have to miss too much time off of school. The studio wasn't far from here. Like it was a couple of hours on the train. So yeah, I'd go back to school, and then I'd do another round, and then I'd go back to school for a bit, and then there was get to the end, we ended up kind of staying in the hotel for 2 weeks. But that was during the Easter holidays, so it didn't really matter.
And that's because you're obviously using the final part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever dream that you'd get that far?
No. I mean, I probably imagined it and was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but I don't mind. Like, I wasn't completely set on winning and like that's it if I don't win. But I had so much fun and I learned a lot of things, so I'm really glad that I did get further. Every time that I got through, obviously I wasn't disappointed and I was excited because there was all of my friends were there and I was learning more things, and I had an amazing vocal coach backstage that would like go through like the vocal techniques and stuff, as well as Tom giving me a lot of advice on like presenting myself on stage and just giving me a lot of encouragement as well.
Yeah. So how did you manage the nerves of that? I mean, because like it's Tom Jones, it's a massive TV show. How did you keep yourself from just not falling apart?
It's weird because when you're in the studio audience isn't huge. It's not a massive audience. So
yeah, that always looks a bit strange because I've been to live TV shows and you know it's just this little bank of people. Yet when you watch it, it's massive. Yeah, and
don't think about the millions of people watching at home. It's even when you're live because. Some of the rounds are pre-recorded. You just think about that little. It just doesn't feel any different to recording those first few rounds, and working with Tom was cool because he's just really nice, and he wasn't intimidating at all.
So he was quite relaxing.
He was really relaxing, and he's like really chilled out, and you don't really. I wouldn't ever think. In that moment, like talking to him, like, oh my goodness, this is Tom Jones. But afterwards, I'd be like, oh my goodness, that was Tom Jones. Yeah.
So how did you come about going on to The Voice now? Because I knew you for a few years before that. My daughter went to youth creation with you.
Yeah.
And then, really, I can't remember if we'd done the SS17 Silent Night video before you done the anniversary show. I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I don't know because that was 2016. That was back in 2016.
Yeah, so it would have been we'd done the SS17 video around about the same time as you done the Youth Creation 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, probably.
And I just remember you singing in front of me in Homestead Hall.
Yeah.
And the group of you together, it was like so emotional. Just watching it, it was like making me cry.
Yeah, it was emotional.
And then you come on your own bit, and I was just like, that just totally destroyed me. And anyone else who heard it, it's just, you know, Silent Night sung by you lot was just incredible. Ironically, you posted yourself singing Silent Night.
I did, yeah.
the other day on.
Yeah, I actually, a couple. I say a couple. It was like 6 years ago now. I used to do like SoundCloud stuff, and when I was like, oh, okay.
It's your cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it was probably not 6 years ago actually, but I was about 14, and I recorded myself on like GarageBand on my iPad that I got for Christmas, singing Silent Night. Oh my goodness.
Come out.
She doesn't like to come near people, but she likes to be
near people.
Yeah. Please shush. Yeah, and I'd recorded myself sing it on like literally through the microphone on my earphones, and I'd recorded all of the harmonies, and I posted it on SoundCloud, and yeah, so I feel it's weird to do it like a few years later.
Yeah.
With like lots and lots of followers and people actually watching it. So yeah.
You must have noticed when you got into The Voice, your Instagram account just went.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like in the first time I was on TV, even even for like the 15 minutes that I was on the TV, my followers went up from like, I think I had like 200 and something followers, and then I got over 1,000 within the within 2 days, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of people.
Just remember, if you're on Instagram, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to me.
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so weird. I remember on Twitter I went from like, I think like 200 and something again to like, well, I don't know. No, I've already said that. I mean, I went from like 200 to about 1,000, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of people that have watched me. And it was scary because people were tweeting about me as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, there was
celebrities were tweeting about you.
I know. There was yeah, it was just, it was because it was a mixture of like good, and there wasn't many bad, and I didn't see many bad, but I did see a few, and I was like, oh no. Do I even want to be on TV anymore? I don't think I can do this.
Well, that's why it's the thing. And you know, and from the side I look at it, like the mental health side, I've always wondered how you go from that being a normal person that can walk down the street and no one notices you, to all of a sudden you're the winner of The Voice walking down. Right, the cat's gone.
Yeah.
And I was getting a bit hot, so I was taking my hoodie off. So yeah, it's that way you go from being a nobody that no one recognises to walking down the street and you're the winner of The Voice.
Yeah.
And I guess then everybody wants a bit of you in some way.
Yeah, which it's nice, and it's nice to know that people support me, but also it's nice to just walk down the street without being stopped. And I really don't mind it, but I'm also like conflicted because like I see myself as just for goodness sakes.
No, don't worry about it.
I see myself as just kind of like a normal person that went to the sixth form, and so when people stop me, I'm like, oh, are you sure? Like, why? What's happening?
Well, yeah, because I mean, I don't know why it happened on the local Stanford page. It says she's not local, and I mean, you've born in Stanford-le-hope.
Yeah.
You've lived there all your life.
Yeah.
We're now in Corringham.
Yeah, but
it's still Stanford-le-hope.
Lived down Abbott's Drive.
Yeah.
For the most part.
You grew up here. You're as local as you can get. But people, and I guess that was because you said you had an agent that was linking to Southend.
There was an agency page that I did like years and years back, and it said that I was from Southend instead of from Stanford-le-hope, and I don't know why. I think I just put in the postcode and it just rounded it up to Southend somehow.
I think also we're such a small area, but we've had incredible success on those sort of shows.
Yeah.
And now, well, just generally, I mean, we've got Rylan.
Yeah.
I thought that was your cat jumping down banisters then. Yeah, Dougie from A Fly.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Literally lived not far from here. Yeah, I think, what else you got? Anne-Marie come from East Tilbury.
Yeah.
We've just got quite a lot of talent in this small little area.
Yeah.
And it's quite incredible when you think about the 20 odd thousand people that live here, that we're producing these sort of people. Max
Oh yeah, Max from. Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean,
I saw the advert on TV, and we were like, "Oh my goodness!"
His album was like #1 in Morrison's for about like 2 months.
Yeah.
Was it Kids Pop in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that sort of a Scubis Pip.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant spoken words.
Amazing.
But yeah, we're such a small area, and we do produce great talent. And then we've got things like Youth Creation, we've got Performers College down the road. And it does seem that we do get a fair share, a good crack at the whip in these sort of shows to put the talent out. But for you, you went another level in winning it. And all of a sudden everyone's sort of blown away that we've produced someone that local. So the attention you was getting locally, how did your family deal with that?
Pretty good, I think. Mum works at the hospital. So like a lot of her friends at work would be like, "Oh, we saw you on the TV." Yeah. So it wasn't like, and Dad works at Gable Hall sometimes. So.
Or Aston Walk wherever he turns up.
Yeah. Well, a lot of probably the students at the school were like, "Are you Ruti's dad?" and stuff like that. But it's not been like too intrusive.
Do you think it sort of pays off that we are a small area and people do know you? That it's not like that. It's not.
It's not. People obviously are excited and they might ask me for a photo and like ask me how I'm doing, but it's not like crazy fans or anything. Like
yeah.
But it's nice. It's because it's a nice support, but it's also I find it really strange sometimes.
Yeah, because you do come across as quite a quiet person.
Yeah.
Quite a private person as well. Apart from you posting all the time on Instagram.
Yeah.
So did you find that was a bit intrusive of the people just know your view? It's that.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's very intrusive, but it's weird because I'm like, I don't know who you are, but you. But know
also,
all about
what about
me.
the thing like all of a sudden you post an Instagram, and you're used to just your friends looking at it and liking it, and all of a sudden you've got like 20,000 people reading what you're putting.
Yeah,
does it make you think? First of all, whoa, I've got to be careful.
Definitely. I mean, I would never put anything out there that was, I don't know, that could possibly start an argument or something like that. But yeah, it's weird because I can't just make. There's some comments that I would probably put if it was just like my Instagram from a few years ago that it would be funny and my friends would understand, but anyone else would be like, what is she going on about? Yeah,
I still post stuff like that and people go, should you be putting that on Facebook? But it's that, I think for you, obviously, you've got local friends that all knew you. What was it like growing up around here? What sort of things you used to do?
I used to, well, obviously I went to Youth Creation and I also used to go to a dance school that used to be in Gifford's Cross, but it's now in Rayleigh, but it's still everyone's quite local still.
Was that?
It was Comedian Theatre Arts.
Right, yeah.
But it used to be called Jackie Cox Theatre Arts.
Right, yes.
Yeah, and I went there, I started dancing when I was 3. So yeah, that's kind of what I used to do. That's literally all that I used to do. I used to dance like for at least half of the week and most of the weekend. And then I started singing properly, like getting lessons and stuff when I was in year 8.
It's really early.
Yeah, it's quite early actually, yeah. Yeah, and I played guitar. I had guitar lessons at the school through like Thurrock Music Services, and that's where I had my singing lessons as well. So yeah, all I've ever really done around here is just music and dancing. I mean, obviously, used to go to Corringham Park with my friends after like school on a Friday.
Then the Adidas bit.
Yeah, when that was built, that was literally.
Everyone used to spend all their time down there.
But yeah, it's nice to have grown up around here because all of my friends, well, most of them live pretty close proximity, and and I've known a lot. So how did your friends take it when you said you was going to go on this show? You
didn't tell them?
I didn't tell them until so the blind audition is obviously pre-recorded, and so is the battles. So I didn't tell them till I was going into the knockout stage, which is the third stage, and that was last March, I think, the beginning of March. So I told them like February. I was like, oh, I'm on The Voice. It wasn't even like I'm going on The Voice. It's like I'm currently on this year's The Voice. So I think I actually had to tell them. I had to tell them before I was on air, obviously. Yeah. So they were like, oh,
you want some support.
Yeah, of course. So it was like maybe December 2017, which is when I told them, oh, I'm on The Voice this year. And they were like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Yeah, I didn't tell.
And by that time, you knew how far you'd got.
Yeah,
already.
I'd already gone through the battles, and I was like, yeah, I've done pretty well actually. And they were like, wow. Only one of my friends knew because she actually came with us to Manchester where it was filmed in those first few rounds.
I mean, I know I worked out that you had done really well because the way it was handled.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you wouldn't be making a big deal of it.
No. But I mean, it's there's a lot of things that you have to think about, like just keeping up your momentum on The Voice as well. So yeah, it was weird, and my friends were really supportive, and they had and the final they had a little party as well. There was a lot of little parties around the area.
It's a shame we didn't just do this great big one. And I'll say we was at the Railway Tavern. And that was incredible. I'll show you the video in a minute. But that was like where Youth Creation were, and Emmy was there, who got really emotional when we were talking about how she felt about you winning. She got like really emotional about it. But she also said that you come to her almost as this fully formed singer that she didn't really have to do much with because you were incredible as you walked in. And what age did you join Youth Creation?
I think I was 14 when I joined, so I'd already been singing for like 4 years, kind of, actually probably less than that. But yeah, I joined when I was 14. I was in year 9, so.
And amazing, your voice hasn't changed, your style hasn't changed at all.
It has definitely developed, and I've learned again from the singing lessons that I had before and from The Voice especially. I learned a lot about my voice and a lot about how I can kind of keep it sustained, like and be able to sing for a long time, especially in the final when I had to do like 3 songs that night within the space of like 2 hours.
It was like maintenance as well. Do you have to like when you're how many often was you singing for the lives? It was
how many
for the live finals?
Yeah.
So you had to do 3 songs.
3 songs in the final, yeah.
But you had to rehearse all that time.
Yeah, because obviously the semi-final was live, so we hadn't been prepared. We didn't know who was going through, so we hadn't prepared for the final. So that week we had just that week to learn.
And how do you keep your voice from not going?
Well, a lot of us got quite ill that week, or your body like wants to be ill, but you can't. So you're just really tired. My voice was like quite worn out by the week, but on that night the adrenaline like really picks you up.
Imagine all those people watching you.
Yeah, and I'd rehearsed a lot, but never too intensely, like unless I wanted to, obviously. Yeah. And the rehearsals were so much fun, especially like rehearsing the duet with Tom. That was really. Really fun.
I mean, just watching you around here today, you're singing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't stop singing.
Yeah, I know it's kind of annoying, but it's all that I do, so it's
yeah.
So yeah, I just do it all the time.
So one of the things you keep getting asked on Instagram, when are you recording? When you bring stuff out? It's not that simple, is it? It's
definitely not that simple. Yes, I am recording, and yes, I am bringing stuff out, of course, but it's just I expected it to take a long time. And it's not taken a long time in perspective. I've had to write the songs, and I've gone into loads of sessions, and obviously not every session is amazing. Not every session you write like a hit song or a good song that will be on the album or something like that. So I've been through a lot of sessions and worked with amazing producers and amazing songwriters, and I've got a little group and handful of songs that I'm really, really proud of. Most of the songs I have co-written, but like I put in a lot of effort and a lot of input, and I make sure of that because it's just boosting my confidence to be able to write on my own, because I was obviously I won, and they were like, okay, now it's time to write an album. And I was like, oh, okay, I haven't written a song on my own that I'm like, well, I hadn't really written a song on my own properly. I had to do a few stuff for like GCSE, but that's the only like songwriting experience I'd had. So I asked whether I could mainly co-write, but I've started to write stuff on my own at home and in like studios, and it's I feel a lot more confident to do it now, and I know like techniques and ways, perspectives to look at the song and different directions that I could go, so I wouldn't have thought of those things.
So who gives you feedback on what you've written?
My manager and the label as well, and also I send them to Tom and he like gives me a little bit of feedback, and
it's good that you still have that support going all the way through.
And it's obviously he has his own career, so it's going to be hard for him to like be there all the time, but he is very, very supportive and like likes to know what I'm doing. Are you got to go back onto The Voice? I'm not sure, I can't confirm, but I think that I am going back on The Voice for like the semi-final, which will be really fun because I've got like a group of musicians that I've been working with. So.
Are they the ones that are on Instagram?
Yes, the ones that are on my Instagram.
They're really good.
They are amazing. Yeah. Like, it was so...
So that's it. People say you're not doing much.
Yeah.
What's you on Instagram? And it's just loads of it. They're
like, why aren't you writing things? And like, if you look at my Instagram, even if I don't post it, I am putting... Because I can't post a song yet, because we want it to be like a big... and have a big thing when I release the first song and have like a lot of momentum and stuff. So I can't just post what I've been doing, but I can give little snippets, and I'm doing that a lot. And I've got an amazing set of musicians, and there are yet to be added. There are musicians that are yet to be added to the team, the band. And,
the band.
Yeah. They're all really amazing, and it was strange.
Are you comfortable with the style that you're writing with at the moment?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of different styles. So I've got like some poppy songs that I really like, and there's a few kind of more soulful songs and a few indie songs. But it's also kind of the songs that are just a mix of everything that I've been influenced by at the moment, and like.
So what are your influences? I mean,
oh goodness,
crazy. Mine's Madness and Ska and Two Zones.
Yeah. Oh, I love a bit of Two Zone, but I think I'm a lot of R&B and but like kind of 60s and 70s R&B, and I really like. I'm probably not completely influenced by it, but I like a lot of disco music as well, from like the 70s and the 80s, and 80s like synth pop as well. There's a few songs that I've written that will be out soon that are kind of influenced by the 80s kind of synth pop, and then also like a lot of singer-songwriters. It's hard to name just one or two people, because I know a lot. I know a lot of artists, and I listen to like a few songs from each artist. Obviously, I love a few albums as well, but those are like the genres that I'm mainly influenced by.
So when I was growing up, I grew up in the 80s, and 70s stroke 80s. I'm that old, but sort of like in the 80s for me, the ones that I know were like Fairground Attraction and all that sort of stuff, along with like the Madness. So I had this complete different idea of music. Now I was into Madness, and then it was like Lisa Stansfield. It was like quite weird. Powerful female singers. You know, and I think when you hear Dreams, again, it was one of those songs that was really powerful. The Cranberries absolutely were incredible with it, and say she sadly passed away just before you done the show. So how did that feel? You was coming out with.
It wasn't like, I didn't want it to be like, I don't know, I wanted it to be like a tribute, like, because I wasn't like a huge, massive Cranberries fan, but I respected their music and I loved their songs and I loved her voice. So I didn't want to like copy it, and I didn't want to. I just wanted to do a version of it that did the song justice, because it is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. The song also, it has some sort of like special place in my heart in a way. It's not like it reminds me of a certain time of my life, but it just, whenever I hear it, I just feel like,
well,
I don't know.
I mean, I've done that little clip of you winning it with that song, with your song playing it, and it sums up your journey through that. It was just ironic, you know, how your dreams have come true, sort of thing.
When I was rehearsing it, the vocal coach that works with a lot of us was like, it's so strange how this song is like literally your life at the moment. And I'm like, yeah. And that's why whenever I sung it, I was just kind of like, I could really connect to the words, like really connect to them. And I feel like that maybe that helped the performance as well.
Yeah.
But also it felt so great to sing it. Like it was one of my favourite songs to sing on the show. But I say that and I think back and I'm like, I loved singing all of the songs on the show. So
I mean, I said to you before this, you seem the most generally bemused winner of a reality show ever. When you look at your face, you're just like, what has just happened? It
wasn't even like it was just like, oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Did you generally think you didn't?
I think by the end of it, and like all the feedback that I'd had, and like I was in the final two, I thought I definitely had some sort of chance, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was still probably not completely convinced that it could be me. I was completely expecting Danelle to win, and like he's amazing, and I was just like, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be so happy for him if he does win.
And does it feel like forever? No, when they pause, does it literally feel like forever when they do it?
It wasn't actually that long, because I feel like I was so relaxed at that point. I think if I was a lot more stressed out...
Well, it felt like forever for us.
Yeah. I was just kind of like, yeah. I was just thinking about... I don't know what I was thinking about. My mind was completely blank, and I was just so tired by that point. I was like, I'm just thinking about going home. But yeah, it wasn't that long. The longest moment on the show was, you know... in the blind audition where you walk forward and you just have to wait for the music to start before you start singing to the chairs. That was the longest moment ever. And like they don't lengthen that on for like dramatic effect. It's literally that long. I was just waiting there for like 30 seconds. I was like, it felt like a minute or two, and I was just like, come on, when's the music gonna start? And then it started and I was like, oh, I have to play the guitar now. Yeah.
So you got recommended, someone said to you, let's go for this show.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're going in for a blind audition.
Yeah, it was...
And you said it was like just this room you was all chucked into.
Yeah, it was like, because it's a blind audition, the judges obviously can't see who, or can't know who's going to be going onto the show. Like, it is... completely blind. They have no clue, and like whenever they'd come out to go to the toilet, we'd all have to go into a specific room so that we were all kind of hidden, just to make sure that no one was seen by the judges, which is really good. So
yeah,
and it kind of, I mean, I didn't know what to expect when I was going into it, but I was like, okay, there is no way that the judges could ever know who was going to come on, because we're all just in this room waiting for like a couple of minutes before we can be let back out again. And yeah, it was...
Was it quite a long process? I mean...
It was quite long.
As you said, you knew obviously by December. So when did you start filming?
It was in October of 2017.
That's a long build-up.
Yeah, it is. And then once it gets to the end of the competition, it's a lot closer together, and you're like, okay, and you're up there all the time. But it's also closer to London then. But yeah, the first two rounds were filmed in Manchester. Sorry, they were filmed in Manchester.
Oh right, so literally they picked this up and bring it down.
Yeah, kind of, basically.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was all filmed in the same studio.
No, I don't. Because it's filmed in like Media City, which is in the BBC complex thing. So yeah, and the days were really long, but they weren't too hectic because there was so many people auditioning. It was quite. The days were spread out, so we would just be chilling in the green rooms for a long time. But it was fun because I made loads of friends and I got to talk to people. Unfortunately, some people that I met in the blind audition I've never seen again.
Yeah.
Actually, I've seen a few of them, but that's quite sad. But everyone was amazing that went to the audition. So, yeah.
Have you kept in touch with the other people?
Yeah. Actually, the other day, the Team Tom group chat was back on track, and we were all talking to each other like Happy New Year and hope you're all doing well, which is really nice. So everyone on Team Tom was really lovely. Everyone that got through, from the beginning, we're all still really good friends. And I've met up with some of them, and I still hang out with some of them. The ones that are obviously closer to home.
So it's definitely a life experience.
Yeah, definitely, and a great networking opportunity as well. Because obviously getting my band together, I've asked a few people that I know whether they know musicians that would be up for
so
it.
the cat's back in.
Yes.
Eating some food. What's the name of your cat?
Nala. And I have another one called Simba. But he's
why'd you call it Nala?
The Lion King. That's literally it, because of the Lion King. Because we like that film and we love the musical. And we weren't expecting to get a cat, and we were like, what can we call a cat? So, yeah.
Because you were talking about YouTube, and you said that you used to watch like Joe Sugg and
I used to watch
Zoe Ellen, and they've got a pug called Nala.
They have, and we didn't call it that. We got the cat way before I started watching the YouTube videos, and they got their dog way after we got Nala.
So do you watch a lot of YouTube?
I don't watch loads of it anymore. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger, but now I kind of just watch only like 2 channels, and then occasionally I'll watch like a music video or something like that.
What I've got here is some of the videos that we made and filmed while you was on the show to get local people to support you, and the other one is the reaction of you winning that night in the railway where everyone was just going crazy. You've probably seen them before, but so this is one that we put out on the Stanford page, and it was just basically that post at the beginning, and then you starting the Silent Night. Quite ironic that if I knew that you didn't go on to win The Voice, I wouldn't have cut half your face off. She's got an incredible voice. I can't remember her name. Isabel. She's amazing. Do you remember being back there at that time and what it was like being part of that group?
Yeah, it was so much fun in Reverb. I was actually only in it for about 2 years.
Only 2 years?
Yeah, I think so.
For your age, 2 years is a long period of your life.
Yeah, it is actually. I remember I think maybe for all of these people that were in Reverb at that time, the best memory was doing the Jack Petchy Glee Club Challenge, where we went to the O2. Well, we didn't start at the O2. We did 2 rounds, and we got through both of those heats. So there was like a more local heat of Essex, and then there was like another heat, I can't remember, maybe for like the southeast, and then we got to the final and we won.
Well, Emmy said that's her proudest moment.
It was like such an amazing moment as well, because obviously we did that the mix of Ed Sheeran songs that we did in the 10-year show, and that was like the first time we did it, I think. Yeah, that was the first time we did it, and it wasn't the first time we did it, but it was it was something else. That
is the O2, and but did you think that was like going to be your highlight of your life?
I feel like I kind of knew that I was going to get into music. hopefully like professionally, but I didn't expect it to be this soon. Like I thought
it was soon.
It was quite soon, yeah. And it was like the same year that we'd won the Jack Petchy Glee Club Challenge, I started doing The Voice. And then obviously literally the year after.
So you feel like you've been a bit of a...
it's just been like a lot of music
a bit of a race at the moment. So this is...
Oh my goodness, why am I so nervous? Oh.
I just like the way all the youth coaching girls are just going, yeah, she won it.
Oh.
But I mean, was that, you know, see all those people, you created that reaction, all those sort of people.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And yet, when you look at you on the screen behind,
yeah, I was just like, oh.
You're just like, oh, okay, I've won.
Yeah, I think after that it started to, like, after the cameras had gone off, it started to kick in, and we were still all like, I was like hugging everyone, and obviously Tom had come up, and like, there's a few pictures that make me laugh so much because I'd obviously been crying after the show, and there's pictures of me like that have been published in newspapers, and it's just my eyes are so red, and I'm just standing next to Tom Jones. It's so funny, but yeah.
So yeah, I mean, how did it feel like, you know, all of a sudden you pick up the paper and there you are?
Yeah,
that's like another level of attention.
It's scary as well. It's a scarier kind of attention, I think, because we know that the press can say whatever they want, basically. And like, I didn't know, I mean, most of the interviews that I had were really nice, and it was just like, oh, Ruti hopes to do continue with music forever, and like, she was surprised that she won. Okay.
Really? Yeah, she wasn't she? She was surprised.
and like some good stuff. There was one that was like completely not what I said, but like it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, that was kind of scary because I just didn't know what they could twist my words into, you know.
I guess, and that's where your management come in.
Yeah. So I mean, again, they can't really do much because they don't own the press companies and stuff.
But they can guide you in what you should say and what you can't say.
They can do that. And I haven't...
Do you listen to them?
Well, they don't... I think they trust me enough.
Yeah. Was that something that Tom sort of come down with you? How to present yourself and your mannerisms and... Well,
he knew me... Well, he doesn't know me like so well on the show. He knows me better now, but like... I think he could kind of tell the kind of person that I am.
Yeah, you're not one to be caught out partying.
No, I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't be doing anything completely stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, you're young.
Yeah.
We go back on here again, just looking at this video, and Emmy's reaction.
Yeah, I saw it. It was.
And it was just this moment when we're standing here. You've got.
That's such a long moment. I didn't realise how long it was.
Well, that's what I said to you. This is what I was going to show you. You said that this moment didn't seem to last that long.
No. I mean, it was long, but it's so much longer than I thought it was. Oh.
It was a really long pause, and I just just waiting. I was at the back, and for me, people's reactions are really important. So that's why I was filming the mirror, so you could see the whole lot.
Yeah.
And also get you in the thing where everyone was just filming the TV screen.
Yeah.
well, the interesting reaction is going to be in here. But yeah, that seemed to go on forever. That pause.
Yeah, that every time I rewatch that bit, it makes me feel really sick because I wasn't that nervous at that moment. In that moment, I wasn't that nervous at all because I knew that I'd done really great performances.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, well, if I don't win, I'm going to be proud of myself. If I do win, I'm going to be proud of myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the difference would be, but yeah.
Whatever will be now. So after this, we wrap up here. You've got a driving lesson.
I do. Yeah.
So how's driving going?
It's better than it was. I've started about this time last year because I got them for Christmas. And then obviously in The Voice, I had a lot of time off of driving lessons. So then I had to start like basically at square one back in June. So, but I think it's getting better now. Hopefully I will be taking my test this year. I won't be taking it next year. But still have to do my theory test.
Yeah.
I'm getting more confident as well on the road because it's really scary. Especially, I don't know, with learners, like people always complain when they're stuck behind a learner.
I'm not saying a word.
But when you think about it, if you think back to when you were learning, you're like, I would have, like, you're so scared of people like overtaking, like even just overtaking.
And I think that's what people got to remember. If someone's learning, I'm like, I'll give them the time. I won't, especially if they may be on a test.
Yeah, especially on a test.
It's like, I remember back to my test and someone's giving me the hurry up all the way along. And I'm like, I'm doing like 28 mile an hour in a 30.
Exactly.
I can't go any faster.
But yeah, I remember just like, I think it was just like a kind of roads with houses on it, and it was 30 and I was going 30 and someone like really sped up past me and like kind of, I don't know, they were trying to intimidate me through the window in my test, in my lesson, and they were going way too fast. It was really dangerous as well. So it's like, I don't know. And when they come up really close behind you as well, it's like, I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah. And we were talking while we was getting the laptop that you like to travel, experience different cultures and foods.
I'd like to travel. I haven't quite travelled that much yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, hopefully when I start to make a bit more money and like have a steady career, then I'll be able to travel and do gigs in a tour, and then also experience like other cultures and other food, because that's what I'm really excited about.
So it was quite interesting, obviously, that you sitting in the cafe taking Instagrams of yourself.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting nervously to see if you was going to get through. So you already knew that.
Yeah.
And at the time, I say you knew that you're pre-recording and all that. And so what was you doing around that time that is all going through?
I remember when the battles were aired on TV. I was getting ready to do the knockout round, so I think it was on the Saturday night, and then the Sunday I was actually going to film the knockout. So I was sitting with Saskia, who I did the battle with, and we were watching our battle together, and obviously we all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was really weird because, yeah, of how how far in advance, like, well, not it wasn't that far in advance, but because we already knew and we'd already been working on our knockouts, and then everyone was like, oh, well done for getting through to the thing, and then the next day I was like, yeah, I'm actually,
because that battle was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. A lot of people, when we first started rehearsing it, obviously it wasn't amazing. We didn't really know the song that well, and yeah, just I had to learn some harmonies. I mean, I'm quite good at learning the harmonies. It's just of how high in my range they were.
Yeah.
And I surprised myself in that battle because I'd never belted notes that high before. So that was.
And then
that was like a.
You won.
Yeah.
What did it feel like knowing that one of you was gonna go?
Yeah, it was weird because I kind of thought that one of us was going to get stolen. I kind of just thought, because we did so well, it's like, how could, I mean, if I hadn't have, I'd feel like if I hadn't have won the battle, I don't know what I would have thought. I don't know if I would have got stolen. But I just thought, because we did so well, it was like, come on, we've both got to get through. I don't...
And then Will stepped up and then he stole her.
I was so happy for Saskia, because obviously she's quite young, but she's got a really amazing voice, and and we became really good friends as well. So watching our battle back, it was really nice, because...
Do you still keep in touch with her?
Yeah, I do actually. We text often, and obviously Instagram and social media, we like kind of stay in contact on. And then I actually went to her birthday party in the summer in Edinburgh. So that was really nice, because it was just, we'd never kind of hung out not in the Voice setting. Except actually, I think during the knockouts, there was one day when we hung out, we went shopping, and it was really nice. I think we were going to go and get our nails done, but then it decided not to. But we had a look around, and I think, and we had dinner, and that was like a really good day of just like hanging out just as friends instead of Voice contestants.
And has she got anything out at the moment?
Yeah, she actually released an EP on her birthday. So it was like a birthday party / EP launch.
Oh, right.
And it was really good, and she's been working on that herself. And
well, send me the link and I'll put it into this video.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, it's really great, and I'm really proud of her as well.
So it's been a bit of a crazy year for you. Actually, it sounds like it started a lot more than a year ago.
It definitely, it started back in 2017, because obviously The Voice was going on, so they were preparing the next set of people, because so many people apply, so like tens of thousands of people apply, they have to get it down to 100 people.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to be even just one of the 100 people out of that many people that applied. So there's like a few like interviews and a few auditions before that, and that started when I was actually taking my AS, right? So that was like June, I think, 2017.
So it's been a year and a half. And now the show come back on the other night. That marks the year from when we all sort of knew about that you was going on there.
Yeah, I know, it's gone so quickly, but it's exciting, because I mean, I've had a year, well, it's not even been a year yet to prepare, but I will be releasing something soon. And I think I've been saying soon for like 7 months, but it's actually going to be soon. And I'm so excited.
Is it done? Is it finished?
Well, there's still things to do, like I need to go and mix it all, and I might need to go back and do a few vocal changes, but everything so far, like, I'm so proud of, and very excited to release, and to be able to perform them as well. That's exciting. And
that's the main thing. You're comfortable with what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
And that you're happy with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can walk away and go, you know what, that was great.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm normally sitting there with clients that are seeing me for confidence or something like that, and a lot of them are musicians, and I'm often sitting there going, what happens if it don't work out? For you, you've got that opportunity now.
Yeah, and
you've done it. You've made it work. Yeah. You've got that big, and it is down to your own work ethic.
Yeah.
And
definitely, because
you come across as if you're someone that's very committed to working really hard.
Definitely, I'm fully committed to putting all of my effort into this to make it work, even if it is difficult and it might take a little longer, like a few more years to like really hit it off. I'm prepared to do that, and also in the meantime, I'll be gigging, and which is what I love doing, and writing songs and working with the musicians that I've got. And it might change. I might end up working with different people, and making different contacts and stuff. But
how do you deal with that adrenaline rush from performing and then coming off?
Well,
everything's just quiet and normal.
Yeah, it's weird, because I think when The Voice was on, especially in the last 2 weeks, I don't think I slept much at all, because every day I'd perform in the studio, and it was I'd get back in the evening and just be like, because
there's major buzz, especially after you won it, waking up the next morning.
I didn't even go to sleep. I don't think I think I went to bed at 4 o'clock. Wow. Because there was a rap party I went to, so I was using up all of that adrenaline to dance, and it was so much fun, and everyone was like really celebrating and stuff.
Sophia, when did it really set in that you'd won it?
I don't know. I don't think it ever will. It might, and I'll be like, yeah, I won The Voice. But sometimes when someone says it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I'm here. Like it,
yeah.
And I watch that.
I mean, hopefully that will be a really small thing that's almost forgotten.
Yeah.
In years to come.
Yeah, obviously it will always be a part of my career and always how it started, but I'm hoping to get out of the Voice bubble, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not like, oh, she's a Voice winner, this is all she's ever going to do. It's going to be like, oh wow, this person's amazing.
How did she get on?
And they're like, oh, she actually won The Voice. And I'll be like, and then people will be really surprised. Like, yeah, that's what I hope for. And it might take a few years, but I'm ready to work to show people that I won because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's not. I mean, I can sing.
You won because you had talent. And your longevity is because you're an artist and you have the skill to write and play. Yeah. Exactly
that. Yeah.
Do you think you'll be playing instruments on any of your?
Oh, on basically every track that I've recorded, I've played my guitar. I think all of them. Oh, not all of them, but most of them. And also, I've been playing with the band.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what happened, but I played it at the beginning of The Voice and then I kind of didn't play it again. And now I'm trying to...
I think TV talent shows at the moment try and get away with that person standing there with a guitar playing. Yeah. I don't know why, because I think it's so much talent when you see that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind because I hadn't actually really performed without it. So, people only see me without it, really. But before that, I always played with my guitar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm just trying to get back to playing it with the band. I don't want to play it on every song because I'm not a guitarist.
Yeah.
But I've been practicing guitar for the last year, and actually I've developed a lot as well. So I can play a lot more complicated songs, and I've written songs with more complicated chords that I can actually play as well. So.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to Ruti's Instagram. I'll put your links down in there.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year again.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
And I wish you all the best. And well, I'll see you around soon anyway.
Yeah.